everyone who's joining another solo stuttering live stream. I will have an interview planned this coming week with another stutterer, so look out for that. I'm Travis, and I stutter. Sometimes my words take a couple extra seconds to come out, and then they come out eventually. I I I first started stuttering when I was in third grade, so that's around age 8 or 9, and my parents put me in speech therapy pretty much right away, and I I saw a bunch of different speech therapists from then and until my early 20s, and I've probably seen about a dozen different speech therapists in total. So it's important to know that there is no cure for stuttering. With speech therapy, you can learn management strategies to help ease your stuttering, so it doesn't happen quite as frequently or quite as hard. My goal here, though, and with my videos, is to stutter openly, because for so many stutterers, we are self-conscious of talking and taking up your time. And some people don't have patience for us. Some people think we're breaking them just because we stutter. So by me openly stuttering, my goal is to show, hey, this is real. Sometimes this will happen, and hopefully we can normalize it. I'm and I'm also so a speech therapist myself too. For anyone who has questions about stuttering, then please write them out in the chat. I'm pretty good at responding to most every question that I get. I'll check out the chat now. Travis, how is it going? A question. If you pause while you speak and take a deep breath, how would you stammer? So I can totally talk and take pauses whenever I want, just because I'm stuck in a block or repetition does not mean that I'm forced to be stuck in it until it comes out. Uh, so we can pause, but just because we do pause, that doesn't guarantee that the word will come out smooth. Sometimes it does, just because that pause breaks up our typical speech pattern. So sometimes that pause helps. Likewise, sometimes a new breath helps, but they're not guaranteed to. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Tell us about the National Stuttering Association conference. Did you meet any other speech therapists who stutter? Yes. So that conference was this past week. I went 2 days early because there was a workshop specifically for speech therapists regarding different goals that we could set for clients that stutter, different approaches for stuttering. That was pretty cool. There were probably 25 of us speech therapists that attended that bit, and quite a few of them also stuttered as well. So that was pretty neat to hang out with those people. And then the remaining part of the conference was maybe 4 days long. And there were just over 600 stutterers there. And 175 of those people were first timers at the NSA conference, just like myself. That was my first time there. But we had lots of different workshops and panels to talk about stuttering and what it's like, what it feels like, different aspects about stuttering, and it was mostly pretty great. And quite a few people recognized me from my videos, which was wild. There were some really kind people that shared that my stuttering videos help them out and motivate them, and and they're really grateful that it helps spread awareness to the public as well. So very cool experience for sure. Travis, I don't want to be rude. It may be my opinion, But for me, if you had made your last videos on YouTube about 4 or 5 months ago, they would have definitely come out longer. What do you think? Yes, I think so as well. My stutter lately has not been nearly as intense as it has been in the past. When I first started making my videos in October to probably January or February, my stutter was much harder. And one thing that these videos have done, um, they have increased my confidence with speaking, because I've been going out and speaking in public with strangers and openly stuttering, and that is really challenging, especially when you feel self-conscious of stuttering in the first place. So it has forced me to accept my stutter differently than I used to, and that exposure therapy has been very helpful. So by consistently stuttering and recognizing that I don't have to try and hide it, that has totally helped ease my tension in my body when I speak. I don't feel as self-conscious speaking now because I've been doing it so consistently. So that has positively impacted the severity of my stutter, where I used to get stuck on most words for 5 to 30 seconds per word, and now they flow out much more easily, and rather than harder blocks, they're in these lighter repetitions, and that's very positive for me. Quite a relief. So hopefully it keeps up. Leah is back. Thanks for joining. Have you tried cannabis? Yes. So this is mixed for stutterers. Some report that it helps to ease their tension, so they don't block quite as much. For me, it tends to increase anxiety. Likewise, my perception of time is a bit off, and so I think that I'm taking up way more time with my stuttering, and that makes me worried about what I'm saying, and then how other people are perceiving and judging me. So I just stay away from it now. But I do know some stutterers have found some relief from it, but it is mixed. 7th grade is about to start, and in 6th grade it wasn't as bad for bullying for my stutter. But what if I get bullied in seventh grade, like I have in the past years? What should I do? It's possible that that it will happen. I remember middle school being tough and high school being tough too. But most people who will bully you are going through something and they don't know how to handle it, so that they take it out on someone else. And stutterers are easy targets. But or likewise, people that make fun of stuttering, they clearly don't know much about it, or else they would not be saying anything negative towards you. So my protocol lately, and granted that this is easier as an adult. Likewise, I'm tall. I'm 6'1", and so when I do this, people recognize that I'm bigger than them. But when someone bullies me or says something negative about my stutter, I just ask, "Hey, why did you do that?" And most people are so shocked that I would call them out for it, and no one ever has a good reason. So I personally would just ask them, "Hey, why would you do that?" I stutter when I talk, so sometimes my words get stuck. That's not cool when you do that to me. And yes, it will take you longer to say, but a clear point is being made, and they either are bullying you because they don't know about stuttering, or they just want to attack something. But just by confronting it and putting it back in their face with why, they will never have a good reason for it. So hopefully they will learn a lesson, or if other people are around them, then they'll recognize, oh, that guy made fun of that. That was dumb. So good luck. Travis, a while ago, you said you had been to Italy. Can you say a few words in Italian? Boy, kind of yes, but I won't, because I have not had to speak it since undergrad, which was 2012. So here I'll say piacere, which from my memory is nice to meet you, and hopefully that's true. But yeah, that's about as much Italian that I recall. Did you meet any other content creators at the conference? Yes, so I did a podcast. I was a guest on a podcast called Stutter Chats a couple weeks ago, and I met Matthew. I forget his last name, but I met him there, and so he is pretty active and spreading awareness about stuttering. So we chatted little bit there as well. Um, yeah, but I didn't collaborate with anyone at the conference, though. I wish that I did, but I didn't feel very confident, which is silly because I was around all these stutterers, all these patient people, and and most of them would have been stoked to collaborate with the video, and I wanted to, but I I chickened out. So yeah, I didn't get to. Have you tried Adderall? I don't stutter while on it for my ADHD. I have not tried it. I don't know what the research says about that, uh, specifically in regards to stuttering. So maybe it is a unique case for you. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe it's just for, or maybe it would just be beneficial for stutterers that also so have ADHD. I don't know. Interesting. Hello from Germany. Hello. Regarding the severity of your stuttering, do you think it will go back to how it was before, or will it stay the same? So this is the big question about stuttering is, will we always stutter the same way, or will it change? I think it is always changing. I certainly don't stutter the same now than when I did as a little kid. It was much lighter, much more sparse, um, and then it turned into a very heavy thing, uh, and now it's quite a bit lighter. I think just as we all, as humans, grow and change over time, our stutter does as well. Stuttering already is cyclical. So we will have some cycles where we don't stutter as much, some cycles where we stutter even more. Uh, Sometimes those last for a couple days, sometimes for a couple months. So it's just always changing, and we never really know uh, what it will turn into. I suspect if I maintain my consistency with exposure therapy, speaking in general, with letting my stuttering out, probably My stutter will remain light now, like it has been, um, compared to previous me at least. Um, but I have no idea. Stutter as much as you want. Let the world adjust for you. Don't adjust for the world. You are brave. You are courageous. You are the man. Thank you. That that's really kind of you to say. I have been stuttering since I was 5 years old. That is pretty typical. Most people that stutter will start in childhood. Uh, about 95% of all stutterers will start in childhood, usually between ages 3 and 6. Any news on the AI speech recognition project? Yes. Um, what can I say? What can't I say? Um, uh, Positive things are moving forward. I had a call today that went well, and I've got, I think, 2 calls planned for next week as well. At the conference, I went to a panel led by Herd AI, which is a group that has collected thousands of speech samples from stutterers to help their AI better recognize, predict, and understand stuttered speech. Um, and so I shared my what I do with them, and what I'm working on with Fresh AI with Wendy's, and they were very stoked, and we're all going to have a call next week together. So hopefully something positive comes from that. Thank you very much. I have been stuttering my entire life since I can remember. And when I first saw your videos, I realized I'm not the only one. So thank you for giving me the confidence. Thank you. That is very sweet. So I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast that was talking about how we all go through a period of something challenging where we think we're the only one that's going through it. And this podcast host was saying how that is a very human thing to feel. However, we should remind ourselves that if there is a name for whatever we're going through, then by definition, we are not the only one that's gone through it. Because why would there be a name for it? So I like to reflect on that sometimes. Um, but yes, sometimes it can totally feel like we're the only people out there that are going through this, that know what it's like. But usually there are many, many more of us. Have you made friends with their stutterers? Do you find yourself as patient as you imagine you'd be? I have quite a few friends that stutter. In fact, tonight I'll be attending a support group for stutterers, and there's usually five of us in there, and we're all decently close. I've known them for years and years. Uh, and yes, I usually am a very patient person. I'm I'm kind of forced to be. I suspect that if I didn't stutter, I would not be nearly as patient as I presently am. But stuttering has certainly forced that upon me. I will watch your channel every day. Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm very thankful for you all that that support me consistently. It means so much, and encourages me to to keep going. So thank you. If you stutter, you're not alone. Definitely. Um, yes, agreed. Bro, try smoking grass. The stutter will go away. That's not true. Some stutterers have found relief from cannabis. Um, it's very mixed. For me, it's not helpful. Travis, about this podcast, was it recorded? Can it be viewed somewhere? Yes. I think it's on YouTube. I saw it posted. So if you go to a page called Stutter Chats, then you should find it there. And I know that they're also on Instagram as well. But I think that the full video podcast will be on YouTube. What is your favorite chess opening? I love the Halloween Gambit. That is my go-to. Um, Many people don't know it, and then I play someone that does, and then I'm in trouble. But yeah, that's my favorite one. My son stutters, but not when he's singing. Are you a singer by chance? I love singing. Yes. Most stutterers can sing without stuttering. And there are a few different reasons for that. Singing versus talking use slightly different areas of the brain. Likewise, when we sing, we do so with a rhythm or beat, which kind of helps us get our words out. And then talking has a lot more pauses and breaks in it, which is different from singing, which uses what's called continuous voicing. So yeah, those are the main reasons. However, lots of people hear that and then they think, oh well, why don't you just always sing? And they're different. Singing a, a song is much different than talk singing. When I'm talking and I'm stuck on a word and I try to sing my way out of it, that's really challenging. Quite often, that does not work for me. Um, Likewise, my life is not a musical. I don't want to be always singing. I love singing, but it's not practical to go into a job interview and when they ask me to tell them about myself, that I sing my answer. That's not practical. So rather than allowing stuttering to dictate how I communicate with people by constantly singing, I will just talk, and I love talking. Um, I know that it takes a couple extra seconds to get my words out, but that's it. We all have a few extra seconds, even when some of us think that we don't. It's really just a few seconds. In my case, stuttering was triggered by trauma. Um, yeah, so about 95% or more of stuttering is developmental, which which will happen when we're children due to a variety of factors like genetics or neurological components. Um, and then a small portion of stuttering will be acquired due to some type uh, of a brain injury, like a stroke, or TBI, where you get hit in the head. I met someone last week who, as a kind of freak reaction to the medicine gabapentin, she started stuttering and did not stop. Um, so so that is the second most cause of stuttering, though those make up just a couple percent of all stutterers. And then there is psychogenic stuttering, which is stuttering caused by trauma, which makes up about 1% percent of stuttering. Some researchers debate if it is even that much. So it is possible. It is exceedingly rare, and quite often we, as humans, try to reason through something where we look for the cause of something to give us more more clarity, and sometimes we find a cause that's true. So sometimes we believe a thing to be true when it's not. So psychogenic stuttering, where stuttering caused by trauma, it is possible, but very rare, but possible. I'm stuttering too, and I'm glad to find someone like me. Thank you. There are many of us. 1% of the population stutters, so 1 in 100 people. So we are rare, but not as rare as most people think. For real, when people stutter, some people make fun of it, but in a kind way to make me laugh. But that doesn't make me laugh, though. Yes, I found lots of people when they are un comfortable with something, they tend to joke about it. And stuttering is one of those things that most people don't know much about it, so they laugh at it because they're confused, and they also think, oh well, it must not be a big deal, not knowing that it's often a huge deal to the person. So some people make jokes about it, but yeah, it does not feel good, though. You're right. Unfortunately, there are far too many people who who still cannot or do not want to understand how incredibly difficult this disease is. Yeah, stuttering is a tough disorder, and many people don't don't realize it. But that's why I'm I'm doing these posts, because we can spread that awareness and education, so more people learn, and it becomes more normalized. And so hopefully future stutterers won't be as bothered by it, because it'll be more acceptable, more understandable to stutter. Sorry, just reading through some of the comments. May I ask how your wife reacted to you the first time because of your stuttering? I'm not married, but I do have a girlfriend. Um, when I met her, she was very patient with it. Uh, she wasn't bothered at all that I stuttered. She was um, more interested in what I said rather than how I said it. So yeah, she was fantastic, and she's a very patient person. She she um, she maintains eye contact with me. She does not guess my words. She does not rush me. She does all of the right things, really. I think stuttering isn't a big deal. It's cool. Uh, I have bigger problems like living in a third world country, but love to you, man. Thanks. Yeah, we all have different lives. Um, Stuttering for that individual is a huge deal. Usually, it kind of dictates almost every single aspect of that person's life, and that is very difficult to 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 to, to express, to understand, unless you've gone through it. But very fortunate that you think it's not a big deal. So thank you. Love that. Yay. Your live appeared in my feed again. Yeah, I was doing lives from my desktop with like a proper camera and a microphone, and I found YouTube wasn't really putting that live stream out there, or not spreading it as much compared to what they do when you live stream from your phone. So I switched to but back to live streaming from my phone, and we appear to get many more viewers and commenters. So I'll keep doing this for now on, I think. Stuttering is no fun, especially when it comes to serious conversations. Yeah, it can totally be challenging. It is much better when people you're speaking with are patient with you. But then again, in certain conversations, if there's time pressure, stuttering is very difficult. All right, just scrolling through some of these questions. or comments. I'm sorry. Do you sometimes have days without stuttering? No. I I will always stutter. Some days more, some days less. So sometimes I will stutter on most every word that I say. Sometimes I can get out a few sentences in a row without stuttering at all. It totally varies, and there's there there's not much rhyme or reason to it. However, things like anxiety or stress, excitement, exhaustion, time pressure, they all tend to exacerbate stuttering. They are not causes, but usually you will stutter more if you're feeling those things. My 9-year-old son stutters. You're such an inspiration. Thank you. Any advice for him? If you don't currently see a speech therapist, I would start there. But my big thing is encourage him to keep talking, regardless of if he stutters. So make your household and his classroom a comfortable place to talk. So educate yourselves and his peers about what stuttering is, what to expect, what his preferences are, because once he starts feeling discouraged about stuttering, he will stop talking as much, and that will make things very challenging. Versus if you encourage more talking, regardless of if he stutters, then that'll be great. Because he won't be self-conscious or embarrassed about expressing himself. So good luck. Do you find that challenging yourself the way you do in your videos helps with your stuttering? Is it something that can be trained like that in lack of a better word? Challenging myself the way that I have been doing has been very positive for me. I found that by forcing myself to post one video per day for like 9 months now, I have been more desensitized to stuttering, to people's judgments over it, more confident in general, more accepting of my stutter. So that has totally been helpful. And yeah, more people can totally do this. They don't need training really. They just have to start putting themselves out there and talking, knowing that you will stutter at some point. So why not just let it out sometimes, and then removing that anxiety and pressure around it will totally help. Yeah. So I still stutter for sure, but it's definitely easier stuttering than I previously had 6 months ago. I stumbled across your channel a few months ago. Stuttering is not something that I've had much experience with, but I found your honesty about your daily life intriguing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to be as authentic as I can be, and and fortunately, people are resonating with it and learning quite a bit from it as well. Hello, has anyone ever told you you look like Michael Being, Kyle from the Terminator? Ooh, I don't know. Who's Michael Bean? This is from Terminator 2, then I would know it, but I don't. I don't know who that is. Sorry. Thanks, maybe. On a first date, it must be crazy. Historically, it has been. Some first dates were very brutal. I would always share with the person before meeting that I stutter, that my words will take a little longer to get out. If they have any questions, then they could ask me. And some people are very uncomfortable with it, where they could not look at me. They could not wait with me while I stuttered. They needed to fill in every silence, which meant that I couldn't ever talk because my stuttering has lots of pauses and silences in them. So first dates are rough, but there were some who were fantastic as well. So it just varies really. Thank you for showing yourself and going public with it. Thank you. I have social anxiety, but knowing all the challenges you must go through every day, it's a big inspiration to me. Thank you. That's really kind of you, and good luck as well. I enjoy listening to you because it causes me to focus and fully listen rather than trying to predict. Thank you. Yeah, I have found that many people feel that way as well. We are usually used to things happening much faster, and and me talking and you listening to me. I kind of force things to move slowly, and some people find that a bit refreshing. I appreciate you going out, experiencing life, uh, and showing others that have social struggles that they can live a life too. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Don't even bother reading negative comments. Don't give them the satisfaction. You will overcome this. Um, Thanks. Yeah, so there's no cure to stuttering. So, so, like I can overcome it in a sense that I remain accepting and confident of my situation, but not that I will speak fluently for the remainder of my life. But thank you for your message, though. Hey from Ohio. Hello. Thank you for the answer. That is so cool, and you are very brave for taking that route. Have to go offline now. It's almost midnight here in Sweden, and I've got work tomorrow. Go to bed. Uh, thank you for joining. And in fact, that's the bottom of the chat. So we will call it there. But thank you to everyone who joined and wrote in questions. Thank you, and thank you as well to E squared, my moderator. You are fantastic. So thank you as well. I will be back potentially Saturday morning Mountain Standard Time with an interview with a fellow stutterer. So hopefully that will work. All right. Take care, everyone.